you're categorizing it incorrectly. Remember, kernel host, after some of the defense pointed out certain mistakes in his initial affidavit, and also the fact that he had to analyze some other numbers which related to the hard copy, section 205. He said he has to testify on that. Am I correct?
That's correct, ma'am.
Right. The defense reneged, apparently Mr. Nisi, on the agreement we made that even though he was now being cross-examined by Mr. Nisi, because these mistakes and the new evidence has been pointed out, let him proceed in chief. And I said we can use section 167, you remember?
Yes, Madam.
Mr. Mgumezulu, Samsipi, Nisi, Umalo, and yourself, you agreed. On Monday, you turned the tables. We've never heard of such a procedure. Mr. Nisi, that's what we say. I would suggest that let us cross-examine Colonel Host, and after we've cross-examined him, basically on the basis of XDD5, then we'll await the state whether it wants to bring an application for the evidence in DD5, 1 and 5B, A and 5B to be entertained.
No, I understand now, my lord.
Okay.
I understand, madam. No, my intention, my lord, is from now, it's not going to go to all the new additional statements that were
on the old one.
on the examination in
No
chief.
problem.
Yes, my lord. Thank you, my lord, for that clarity.
Yeah, that's it.
My lord, if I may, I'm still under cross-examination of counsel for 5.
Yes.
If I may, can I just clarify something about that came out about yesterday?
Okay.
If I may.
Yeah, fine.
My lord, during cross-examination by counsel 5 yesterday, as per paragraph 15.2.1, I just want to open quickly my initial statement, exhibit DD5.
Yes.
Uh, 15 point, just want to get to that one. Paragraph 15. 15.2.1.
Yes. It's on page 11 of your initial affidavit.
That's correct, my lord.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm going to read it. 15.2.1, the number of Fishikulu Ntuli accused 5 with cell phone number 27715951239 was saved under SIM card index 75 as Lungusani.
Yes.
And I then said that this number was identified by Colonel Stein and investigation team and through section 205. It was established that the number had various communication with all other suspects according to the database received by Colonel Stein.
Yes.
It was then put to me by the council that this number does not belong to accused 5, but actually to Lungusani Ndetwa, a cousin of accused 5.
Yes.
She said, my lord, physically informed me that Lungusani Ntuli is his cousin, and she actually said Ntuli, and she said, sorry, it's Ndetwa.
Yeah.
I just want to mention, my lord, that this number 27715951239 was found, as already testified, on the phone book of accused 2.
Just a moment. Ngicela nje ukuthi ngibuyele kamuva ke kubufakazi bami ke engikushilo ke izolo nangenkathi ngihlonywa ke imibuzo uyena ke ummeli kaMangalelwa wesihlanu ngishilo ke ukuthi ke inamba lena kaMangalelwa kafisa okuhle Ntuli uMangalelwa wesihlanu u277159511239 yayisave ku sim card ngaphansi ko index number u75 kubhalwe uLungisani nokuthi inamba lena ke kumina ke yakhonjwa noma ke ngayitshelwa ke uKenneth Stein nethimba eliphenyayo nokuthi ke Ku-section 205 wamanye-ke amanamba kwatholakala ukuthi leyona-ke le number lena yayinokuxhumana-ke amahlandla amaningi kanye nabo bonke abanye abasolwa nakuyona-ke i-database eyatholakala kuyena uKenneth Stein. Uqhubekekile-ke ummeli kaMmangalelwa wesihlanu washo-ke kumina-ke ukuthi uMmangalelwa wesihlanu uthi-ke inamba lena akusiyo eyakhe kodwa-ke ekalungisani Ndwandwe. Futhi washo-ke nokuthi umzali noma-ke ukhazini wakhe uMmangalelwa wesihlanu. Malot ubhalile-ke lana wenza amanosi ukuthi ufisa okuhle Ntuli uyangitshela-ke ukuthi ulungisani ngaphambilini ummeli uthe ulungisani Ntuli kodwa wase eyakulungisa-ke lokho ethi ulungisani Ndwandwe. Useyaqhubeka-ke uthi-ke le number lena-ke fanele ukutholakala kwayo yayisave kuma-number noma kuma-contacts akhe uMmangalelwa wesibili.
So it's not correct to say it was saved under index 75.
Of accused
You are
2.
amending your evidence.
No, it's in my evidence that it was
You
saved.
did correct it in the DD55B.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not, no, it is in my statement, original statement.
Original statement.
Yes. So
That it is saved under?
Lungusani index 75.
Right.
Okay. But now,
But also, in addition, you say,
no, and I just want to mention, my lord, it's saved on the accused 2's phone
phone book.
phone book, and not on accused 5 phone book.
Okay. Is that the amendment?
No, it's not an amendment. I just, if
If you want to add?
No, it's on my, yeah,
Oh, okay,
it's on my statement, my lord.
All right,
So
fine.
just to mention that it's on accused 2's phone book and not on accused 5 phone book.
Okay.
So okunye futhi engifuna ukusho ukuthi le number nanje isaviwe-ke ngaphansi ko-index noma unumber u-75 nanjengolungisani ayisavewanga kwi-phone book yakhe-ke uMmangalelwa wesihlanu kodwa eyakhe uMmangalelwa wesibili.
And then I refer to Exhibit DD52 that I was cross-examined also with all the communication between the various accused. And like I said, this number 2715951239 had various communication with accused 1, accused 2 numbers of accused 1, accused 4, and accused 2. And then earlier, if there is no communication with accused 5 and this number in any of the section 2 of all the numbers that is said that is his cousin, my lord.
Okay.
Then, earlier it was also put by counsel 4 that accused 4, by counsel 4, that this number 271595 belongs to the nephew of accused 4.
Counsel for accused 4.
Is that,
Le number lena-ke futhi bese ngishilo-ke ngaphambili mase ngithola-ke ubufakazi ukuthi yona-ke le number ewu-277159512339 ukuthi-ke ibe nokuxhumana-ke amahlandla-ke nabamangalelwa uMmangalelwa wokuqala amanamba amabili akhe owesibili kanye futhi-ke naye-ke uMmangalelwa wesine. Okunye futhi-ke okushiwo-ke ummeli wakhe uMmangalelwa wesine ukuthi-ke le number lena u-277159512339 inamba kamshana ka-accused number 4. Futhi lokho kushiwo.
Sorry, Kenneth, before you proceed, I'm a little bit lost.
No,
Which
let's-
question
sorry,
I...
sorry, I'm sorry, Ms. Sharon. Let's take it as he is explaining it. You'll cross-examine him on those exigencies. So you say accused 4's counsel actually said the very number on which is on paragraph 1521, ending with 1239. Mr. Ngumalo put it that that number belongs to accused number 4's cousin.
Nephew, cousin.
Sorry, nephew. You remember that? Yes. Okay, fine. You can go and say.
And yeah, and
No,
you say,
no. Before you go on,
Okay.
which question are you answering now?
It's not a question. I ask if I can clarify.
Clarify.
something. Because,
Clarifying what? Clarifying which question?
that you stated to me that the number belongs to your client's nephew, and accused 4 also said that it belongs to his client's nephew. So I just want to clarify to whose nephew it belongs, my lord.
And the clarification, as I understand, Colonel Holmes, relates further to the fact that that very number that ends with 1239 is also saved. No, it was procured from accused number 5's phone book.
No, accused 2's phone book.
Sorry, accused number 2's phone book,
And
and
not
not
accused-
number 5.
That's correct, my lord.
That's the clarification.
Whatever explanation that you are giving, trying to give and add, I asked you, do you dispute that this number belongs to Lungisani? That's the question I asked.
I can't
Sorry, yes, sir.
dispute it. He must come
Thank
testify
you.
and
Then
will
that's
come
the
testify.
end.
That's 100%.
Whether it belongs to nephew or cousin or brother or granny, can you dispute that the number belongs to Lungisani?
The investigation team will testify about that.
Thank you, my lord. Shall I proceed?
Ithimbe uphenyayo ke elizofakaza ke ukuthi ke inamba ekabani.
Thank you, my lord. My lord, can I proceed, my lord?
Yes.
Thank you. Colonel, yesterday we paused when I had not yet finished. Right now, I'm going to take you through the transcript record, my lord, dated 27 July. The state is going to provide you. I've asked them to provide copies for you. Transcript record, my lord, for the date 27 July 2023, page 75, line 6 to 9 is the evidence of Colonel Stein, my lord, that I'm going to refer the witness to for his comments. 75, yes. Line 75.
Page 75.
Page 75,
Line
line number 6 to 9. Line number 6 to 9. It was the cross-examination, it was the evidence in chief by the state, wherein Colonel Stein responded like this. Then, next pointing, which is line number I'm starting from line number 6, next to Mr. Stein. You see that one? Yes. Then my next point during my analysis, I discovered that Kelly Kumalo, with a number 08270444358, she received a call from Tulinkani with number 0733059202.
I can see that. That's correct.
Ngiyakubona ke ummeli ufunda lana ke kubufakazi bakhe uKenneth Stein konyaka ophelile ngo27 zika July 2023 la athi khona ke okulandelayo ke manje kucwaningo lwami ngathola ke ukuthi uKelly Khumalo ngenamba e0827044358 wathola ke ucingo olubuya kuNtuli Nkani ngenamba e0733059202.
Okay, let's go to another page, page 76, line number 8 to 15. It's still under the examination in chief of Mr. Stein, my lord. Line number 8, it reads as follows. The number is 35150305303538 and the call type is the MTC, in other words, terminating call. She received the call. You see that?
You see that?
The start date of the call was 2 August and the time was 2200 hours, 40 minutes and 47 seconds, and the duration of the call was 110 seconds, close to 2 minutes. She received what? A call. Okay, just note, we're proceeding.
Kuyaqhubeka ke bese iyaqhubeka ke la ku page 76 ichaza ke inamba nokuthi ke kwakuhlobo njani ke uMTC ngamanye amagama ke i-call ke le ibhalwe lana ke terminating call uyena owathola ucingo noma uyena ke washayela ucingo i-date ke iyoqala kocingo lolo kwakuyi-2 August 2014 isikhathi ke kwakuyi-22:40 47 seconds kwathatha isikhathi esingangama 110 seconds cishe nje kube imizuzu emibili wathola ke ucingo lubuya ku 0733059202.
Okay, so she received a call from the other party at 0733059202. Then Mr. Baloyi further asked, you say the other party is, That was the question. And the answer by Mr. Stein, it says it is the suspect 5, Nkani. She received the call while she was in the vicinity of the Tower 3G Kimberley, MWCEN. I think that's a code of something.
I can share.
Ngiyakubona ke waseke uadvocate Baloyi athi ke omunye wathola uthi omunye waphendula ke uKenneth Stein wathi yebo umsolo wake wesihlanu unkani futhi ke walithola ke ucingo lolo yena ke wayeseduze noma ke ekwindawo yetower ewu3G Kimberley MWCEN. Ngiyakubona lokho.
And the date of that call is the 2nd of August. If you just note that date, 2nd of August.
That's correct, madam.
Okay.
Ngiyabona ukuthi call le yayingeyi2 zika August.
And then let's move on to page 77 of the same transcript record, my lord. On page 77, line number 8 to 15. In other words, you see that sentence, starting with in other words,
Yeah.
she received, yes, that's Mr. Stein's evidence when he was testifying. He said, in other words, she received, by she, that's Miss Kelly Kumalo. She received a call, and a call was on 15 October 2014 at 17 hours 33 minutes 57 seconds. The time of the duration of the call was 98 seconds. A minute and a half more or less. Then the other party is the same. It is 0733 05 9205, which belonged to suspect 5. The tower reception area was 2G, Evidale Farm somewhere in Limpopo. I did follow it up. It ends there. Close quote, my lord.
Kuyaqhubeka ke la kuyafundeka ke useyena uKenneth Stein uthi ke ngamanye amagama ke wathola ucingo futhi ke kwakungeyi 15 October 2014 17:33 ama seconds awu 57 isikhathi ke noma ke i-call leyo ke kwaba ama seconds awu 98 kwaba umzuzu onesigamu omunye ke lona ke owayekhulumisana naye noma eshayelana naye ucingo kwakuse iyona ke inamba leyo 2773305902 ekuyeyakhe ke umsolo wesihlanu itower ke noma indawo ibhalwe nanjengo 2G Ivydale Farm sendaweni ethize ke eLimpopo ngakulandelela ke noma ngayenza ke i-follow up yalokho.
Okay. Then let's move on to your examination in chief now. On the transcript record, my lord, for the date 17 April 2024. The state is going to give you that record.
On what number?
Or you can just permit Mr. Sivanda if you have it on the system.
On what number, my lord? Paragraph?
No, sorry, I'm referring to the record, not in your statement. Yeah.
Okay.
No, the state is going to give you the transcript for that date for 17 April 2024 when you were testifying in this court. Page 37. Page 37. Line number 22 to 25, and page 38, line number 1, and line number 10 of the same page.
Can I have a sheet?
Yes, yes. Just quote, cite the
The case-
extract. Yeah.
The extract, madam.
Because we can find it.
Thank you. when you were under the examination by the State Counsel Advocate Baloyi, wherein he asked you from page 18, sorry, from line number 18, you see, on page 37. Are you there?
That's correct.
Oh, okay. And Mr. Baloyi, he said, Mr. Baloyi, I just want to refer you to the evidence of Colonel Stein as appears on page 75, which is what I have referred you to just now, of the proceedings of July 27 July 2023. Just to hear what your comment is, my colleague will just show you the relevant page. It will be page 75, line 6. It is the same page 23. Then my next point, during my analysis, I discovered that Kelly Khumalo, with a number which he gives, she received a call from Tuli Khan. That's Mr. Baloyi now, who is saying she received a call after Stein has also said he received a call with the number 073-305-9202. And he goes on to say it belongs to Fisoguhle. What is your comment regarding that? I'm going to skip the second paragraph and then we'll go to line number 13 of the same page.
Yes.
Where you responded.
Okay.
Your response was, in August 2014, I cannot testify on the 205 because I did not see it, so I cannot say. But according to the XDS, that number was in use. Let me just check that number. It was given up a reference on 2012-11-24.
That's correct.
Okay. So, according to my understanding, you correct me from these paragraphs that I've read to you, they are saying, or they mean that Ms. Kelly Khumalo received a call from the number ending with 202, the one we have read yesterday, which belongs to Mr. Ntuli.
That's according to...
That's my understanding of this.
That's correct, yes.
Uzosho-ke uma ngenza iphutha-ke kodwa kulokhu engiqeda ukufunda-ke manje lana bayasho-ke ukuthi uMiss Kelly Khumalo-ke wathola ucingo olubuya kuyona-ke le number egcina ngo-202. Uyavuma-ke ufakazi uthi yebo ngokwalokhu okushiwo-ke noma okubhaliwe la.
I'm going to show you, if the state can assist me with a copy for the section 204 records for Ms. Kelly Khumalo. Sorry, 205, my lord, not 204. Section 205. That affidavit, Mr. Baloyi, the one we discussed about for Pinky. For Pinky. It's a short extract of the section 205 records. It has been certified correct by Ms. Pinky, Russia, Vitilingam from Vodacom.
Yeah, I hear you, but with the understanding that Ms. Kelly Khumalo had five cell numbers.
Yes, my lord, but...
No, fine. I'm just saying that is the background I understand. That Ms. Kelly Khumalo had 5 cell numbers.
Yes, he had five cell phone numbers.
Fine.
5 cell phone numbers, but...
No, fine. That's all I'm saying.
In this context
No,
of...
you can proceed. I'm saying I understand the gravamen of the question, but one must take into consideration that this lady, Ms. Kelly Khumalo, had, is it 6 or 5?
Something that regional.
Yeah, six cell numbers. Fine.
Yes, I understand that, my lord, but in this part of the extract which I have read into the record, Colonel Stein also only referred to the number of Ms. Kelly, the one which is 082-7044-358.
Okay, fine.
Yes, my lord. He did not say all of them. He said only this. She received a call from the number ending with 0202, my lord.
Okay.
That's the evidence of Kenneth Stein.
Right.
Yes. In this affidavit, I think you'll be able, we are not going to go to all the pages, just the entries on the 2nd of August. If you can see, if you can, you can't
Just
read.
even using my spectacles.
Okay, okay. Under the, in this section 205 records, under the date of the 2nd of August, 2nd of August only, if you can check for me the calls that were received by the other party.
Yes?
The two numbers, remember the two numbers we're looking for, the one for Kelly is 08270444358. And the one for Mr. Ntuli is 0733059202. So if you can check for me under the records of the 2nd of August 2014, if there is any transaction reflecting a call that was received by Ms. Kelly Kumalo from the number belonging to Mr. Ntuli, which is 9202.
Mr. Court, please, my lord. The state objects to the question on two grounds. Firstly, this is the affidavit of Ms. Fillingham from Vodacom, who will be coming to testify. And secondly, this witness has just indicated in the portion of the record that was put to the witness that he did not see the section 2.5. So he's being requested to comment on something that he's got no knowledge about. We submit, my lord, that that would be an unfair question. Ms.
Okay, let's.
Fillingham will be coming to testify. That is a question that can be put to him.
Yeah, let's hear your answer to that question, if you are able to answer it.
My lord, but like the counsel said, this is not my statement. I can't read from somebody else's statement. They must come testify about the statement himself. I've never seen the section 205. Colonel Stein has already testified about it. The state asked me questions and I replied, just replied to that questions.
Lana ke umeli umbuza ke uKenneth ngokuthi ke uma ebheka la nge2 zika August 2014 abheke ke ukuthi ngoba ke amabili ke amanamba esikhuluma ngawo lana ke ile ka Miss Kelly Khumalo e08270444358 kanye nalena ke egcina ngo202 yakhe ke uMr Ntuli abheka ukuthi ngazo lezi ayi2 ka August khona yini icall eyatholwa uyena ke uMiss Kelly Khumalo ebuya kule number egcina ngo202. Usethi ke yena ke akusona istatement sakhe lesi ke angeke ke abe kwisimo sokuthi angaphendula futhi ke i205 akaze ayibone no Colonel Stein usebethulule ubufakazi mayelana nalokho.
Thank you, my lord.
Yes.
Thank you. You know, Colonel, you can't run away from the truth. You have been testifying in this court regarding the records of the other numbers. And now, using that skill, I was asking you to read it for the court. But if you say you cannot because it's not your statement, I am going to read it to the court to show the court the reason why you're running away from reading this. You're running away from telling the court that there is no entry showing that Kelly Khumalo received a call from Mr. Ntuli. I'm going to read this entry right now.
As a good please, my lord, we really don't want to belabor the point, but we have already indicated that Ms. Fillingham will be coming to testify. She's the right person to comment. The witness has said he hasn't seen the section 205 and that, you know, he cannot comment on that. What would be the point of putting someone's statement to a witness when he clearly says he hasn't seen the 205s, and in any case that witness will be coming to testify?
So, for my understanding, Colonel Host, you did not analyze that section 205.
Of Ms. Kelly Khumalo?
Yeah,
No, my
you
lord.
did not.
No, my lord. And this is the extraction of the, I know it's under oath and it's an extraction But I can't just go on extraction. I need to see that if I need to analyze, I need the whole section 205. And this is just an extraction. If I can get the whole 205, I can do analysis for if you need to.
Lana ke kukhishwe nje kuphela ke okuthizeke kodwa ke mina akaze ngihlangane noma ngisebenzeke ngayi 205 yale number lena ekuthiwa yakhe ke uKelly Khumalo uma nginganikezwa yona ke yonke ila ngenze khona ke ucwaningo khona ke kodwa hayi nje ukuthi la kukhishwe nje lokhu kuphela.
But Colonel Stein already testified about this, so I can't testify of what he found on the
But the
section.
serious allegation by Ms. Mshololo is you are dissembling. She calls it running away from the truth.
But
What's your comment there?
I can't testify on behalf of somebody else. I can't testify on behalf of Colonel Stein, my lord,
Okay.
or on this
Extract.
extract.
Mayelana nalokhu ke angikwazi ke ukuthi ngingafakazela uKenneth Stein mayelana nakho lokhu noma lokho engibuzwa ngakho.
Okay.
Yes, Mr.
Thank
Mshololo.
you. My Lord,
Let's proceed.
yeah, thank you, my Lord. No, I won't bother the witness, my Lord. He has already answered, my Lord. The witness is still going to come and testify from the service provider who extracted this section 205 record. However, my Lord, because the number for accused number 5 has been implicated, my Lord, I will ask to read the entries. It's just few entries, it's not many entries for the date of the 2nd of August 2014.
But how is it going to help this court? Because those extracts you wish to read, according to the state, I don't have the section 205 records. The service providers, analysts, the lady is Miss Vish?
It's filling game.
Miss,
Filling game.
okay, right, she is the one
Yes.
who compiles it.
Yes.
She's coming to testify. So you'll have because you're going to read these numbers to Colonel House. He's going to give you the same answer that I didn't compile them. They're compiled by somebody else who has written an affidavit confirming this.
I agree with my Lord. I agree with the court, my Lord. However, the reason why I decided to get clarity on this issue is because
Yes.
Colonel House is testifying in the continuation of Colonel Stein, who has just retired.
Yes.
And he has also been analyzing the records in this case. As a result, that is why, my Lord, I wanted him to comment on this issue first, that these two entries of the 2nd of October and of 2nd of August 2014 and 15 October, wherein the evidence says Ms. Kelly Khumalo received a call from accused number 5. It's not correct because there are no records in terms of
But
this.
you are saying that, but he is saying he can't comment because he never deciphered them, he never analyzed them, he never saw the section 205 records.
I
mean, how does it help us?
I only started after Colonel Stein was going
Yeah.
on pension, so that is last year, September.
So the
that
lady
I
who's
started.
coming, sorry, the lady who has made that affidavit, according to the state, is coming to give evidence. So you can take him to town on that.
Can we move on to the two numbers yesterday that you testified that they also belong to accused number 5? I'm done with the two entries that it is not correct that accused number 5 called Ms. Kelly Khumalo. Let's move on now. There are two numbers which yesterday I put it to you that
As a
we
court
deny them.
precedent. I think it's unfair for counsel to make that submission
She knows.
when
She knows that.
there's no evidence.
Yeah,
And
she knows that.
we've made it this point ad nauseum that the service lady from the service provider will is coming to testify, and she will explain everything.
Yeah, Ms. Mshololo, that assertion as a statement validated by evidence, then you say, we all know that it is not the truth. When this witness has testified that he can't comment on that. and
The state knows, my
wait,
lord, that is not the truth.
The state knows?
Yes,
Oh,
the
I
state
see.
knows, it's on record.
Oh, okay.
The state knows it's not the truth.
I see.
We will speak for ourselves, and it is not correct what Ms. Mshololo is saying.
Thank you, madam. We'll address it at the close of the case, Marutona addressing on the merits. It's not true that Ms. Kelly
Yeah,
Cohen
but
received.
Ms. Mshololo, this court must establish what is true and what is not true.
Yes,
Not you or Mr. Baloyi.
Mr. Baloyi.
It's the duty of this court. You can present evidence to prove that or to disprove that. Then this court has to analyze objectively that evidence and decide where the reasonableness.
It's very difficult to accept
Is that
it.
so?
Let's proceed, my lord. Very difficult to accept it.
As a court, please, we don't want to repeat ourselves, but once again, Advocate Mshololo doesn't speak for us. The lady will explain, was this a WhatsApp call, was this a direct call? What happens if someone calls another party on a WhatsApp call? And we've explained that over and over to Ms. Mshololo, and what she's saying is not
And
correct.
I take it, as you said yesterday, she's also going to explain
Yes.
the so-called duplication of numbers.
Yes.
Because me and you, on says Lieket, we say, it has been proved that there's a number which belongs to a person in Durban and also a person in Johannesburg. And you are saying there's some science into that, which the service provider will testify on, whether it's possible or not.
Yes.
Fine.
And contextualize.
Yes, quite. Okay, let's make progress.
We don't need.
Lo daba-ke mayelana nalo ummeli ebebuza ngalo uKenneth ukuthi ngazo i2 zika-August lelo akulona iqiniso ukuthi-ke uKelly Khumalo wathola-ke ucingo olubuya kuyena-ke uNtuli uthi-ke umshushisi-ke uyeza-ke noma-ke uzobizwa-ke lo osebenza kwa-Vodacom okuyena uPinky Russia Vithilingham uyena-ke ozochaza banzi-ke ukuthi kwakuyini kwenzeka kanjani i-WhatsApp call i-SMS noma yini.
Okay. Yes, let's proceed.
Can we proceed on the same transcript for the date, transcript record dated 17 April 2024, on page 29 now, under your examination in chief.
Do you want to?
Can you find it?
Yeah, we were just trying to print it.
Yes.
Thank you, madam. Are you there?
Yes.
On page 29. Page 29, my lord. Line number 24, or maybe I should start from line number 23, where it starts with the Fisogush and Tuli Alice. You see?
Just get the next page. Page 30. I've got page 29, yes?
Page 29, okay. This is your evidence when you were testifying on the 17th of April 2024 and you said, Fisoguhle, okay, let's start on line number 20. The same person there, he phoned Fisoguhle Ntuli. That is also linked to him. That number, there is a photo of him that was from a profile that was taken, and then there is another number linked to him right here on top, 073305 202, Fisoguhle Ntuli, Alice Nkani. Another number that is linked to this number, 0788 798 335, Fisoguhle Ntuli, that is from XDS, and then also section 205, 071 029 173, section 205, and the nickname Reggie. That I will also explain now. You remember now that portion of evidence.
You don't have the other page where you're reading now.
Sorry?
It's only one. You're waiting for the second one.
Oh, it's only 2 lines. It's only 2 lines, the following page, which says also section 205 of the number 071 302 173, section 205, and the nickname Reggie.
Thanks.
I was just reading to you so that you can be able to recall when you were testifying about this, were you saying this number 088 798 335 was saved under Fisoguhle Ntuli, and then the number 0713029173, and then nickname Reggie, that I will also explain. What are you saying there? Which one was saved as who, as Reggie? Which one was saved as Fisoguhle? Between these 2 numbers. If you can recall, if you can't recall, it's fine, we'll move on, we'll leave it like that.
I can't recall in context, my lord.
Angisakhumbulike ngoba lana kubhaliweke ukuthi leyo muntu noma leyo number leyo wafonela ke yena uFisoguhle Ntuli eqhunyaniswa naye ke leyo number leyo kunesithombe esikhona ke lapho esathathwa ke kwiprofile eyathathwa, kanye futhi ke kunenye inumber eqhunyaniswa naye khona lapho 733059202 Fisoguhle Ntuli, that should read alias Nkani, kanye nenye ke inumber nayo iqhunyaniswa nayo le number lena 0788798335 uFisoguhle Ntuli eyatholwa kwi-XDS, kanye futhi ne-section 205 inumber ewu-0713029173 kuyona section 205, kanye ke negama abizwa ngalo ke Reggie Reggae. Uthi ke lana akasakhumbuli kahle ukuthi ke kwakuthini noma wayichaza ukuthini.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's leave the evidence.
Wait a bit.
Sorry.
You can also recall, you remember there was a dispute between, I think it's the very gentleman, accused number 2, about whether the photo which appeared on your affidavit, which you say you lifted from the police records, and that normally when the police arrest a person, they take a photo of that person. And then there was a number, apparently after the downloading of that person's cell number, device, cell phone. You can't recall that evidence. You can't, okay, fine.
I remember about the photo, but I can't.
Yeah, okay, fine. Because it's Mr. Gomezulu who was taking you through that. You remember that? That's correct. He can't remember, so fine, let's proceed.
Okay, thank you, my lord. Let me take you to exhibit DD5, the main or the first affidavit of yours, on paragraph 24. Yesterday we read these numbers, and I also referred you to the first number, which is 0713 029 1738. We denied that number because it belonged to Reggie, and in your examination in chief, you even testified that it was saved as Reggie. Any comment?
It's on the index 80, that's correct.
Uyaphika ke le number 070713029173 ethi ke inumber yakhe ke uReggie ngoba nawe ke ubufakazi bakho ke uma uthola ubufakazi ushilo ke ukuthi isave njengoReggie yebo ke yachaza ke la index 80 yebo ukuthi ibhalwe noma isave kanjalo.
The one also which says 0788793335. You also mentioned it in page 29. That's what I was trying to find out as to how did you link it with accused number 5. As I was reading that paragraph of your testimony.
That's 79335.
0788796335.
Is it 6 or 8? Here it's 8.
It's 8.
Here it's 798.
Yeah, 798,335. From paragraph 22 of your affidavit.
Paragraph 22.1.
No, paragraph 24.
24.
24 is the last number there. And it also appears on page 29 of the transcript in your examination in chief, wherein you referred to this number.
But, counsel, didn't you say your client admits that that is his number?
No, my lord, we denied that number. We admitted the...
Wait.
Yes,
It's 277887989. 9. It's only 1 9 here.
it's only 19, yes, my lord.
98335.
Yes, we
And
did.
this was captured on the 24th of November 2012.
Yes. We denied that one, my lord. There are two numbers in the same paragraph. They are the same.
Which one does your client admit? Because I have it on my notes as
Is the one which
which one?
0733-059202, just above that one.
That he says it's his number.
He admits, yes.
That's the only number he admits
He
out of the
admitted-
5.
Sorry, madam?
Out of the 5, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers.
Yes, he
He only
admitted.
admits 1.
In paragraph 24, he only
fine.
admitted one.
Okay.
So, please, that is not correct.
Yesterday, wait. Yesterday was not put the way I'm putting it.
He did. It was also admitted that he admits that number ending with 176 that it belongs to his mother.
Yes. Anyway, fine. Let's proceed. You remember the mother of Tembegile, blah, blah, blah. Mother Batembegile. Who's the mother of accused number 5? He knows the number. That's how you put it. Number 5 knows the number because it's a mother's number, but the mother is deceased. You don't remember saying that?
No, my lord.
Mr. Baloi, wait. You remember somebody was deceased?
Yes, that's precisely what it was said.
Yes, I listen and I write notes.
My lord, I've never said that we are changing what we said in respect
Okay,
of the
fine.
number
Let's
belonging
continue.
to the mother of the accused.
But
I've never said anything about that, and I don't know the reason why the state is standing up when I'm cross-examining. Because you can note down and do that in re-examination. That's not the procedure to disturb when counsel is doing cross-examination.
Well, firstly, my colleague doesn't have to raise her voice, and secondly, we submit that we are within our rights to put the correct information.
What was the assertion by counsel yesterday
Well,
regarding those numbers?
The assertion was that the
My lord, it's wrong for the state to respond on my behalf.
No,
I'm
no,
the
no,
one.
no.
I'm the
Just-
one who was
Mr. Tonolo,
cross-examining.
please. There's decorum in court. It's not a tavern. I normally attend taverns in Soweto.
I don't attend taverns.
Yes, that's why you don't know what
the
that's
procedure
why you
for
don't
the
know what
taverns.
happens in a tavern. Sir, just clarify this. These 4 numbers, how do you record them? The 5 numbers.
Yes, what was put, my lord, as far as I have it, that the number 0769735176 belongs to the late mother of accused number 5,
Right,
and that her name is Batetele Zungu,
right.
and that the number 0733059202 is being admitted as belonging to to the accused, or the number that the accused used.
Okay, fine. Yes, can you proceed then?
And then, my lord, I let the same witness in respect of the other affidavit, which is marked Exhibit DD5C, paragraph 9.2.1. Above this, wherein I indicated the second number, my lord, which you admitted as the number belonging to accused number 2. It was not on this affidavit, which is affidavit DD5. It was on the affidavit marked Exhibit DD5C. On paragraph 9.1 of that paragraph, I put the version to this witness to say we admit number 0766427007. We admitted that number, my lord.
Yes, what's
Yes.
your comment, sir?
She admitted what my lord said.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was clarifying that those are the two numbers that we admitted.
okay.
But the second one, it's not appearing in paragraph 24 of Exhibit DD5.
That's correct.
It's on the other affidavit.
That's correct.
Lama number mabili ke ebesiwavuma kodwa ke enye lena ke sithi ayikho ke ku paragraph 24 yona ke ile number ke 0766427007 esiwavumayo ke kanye uma ngibambe kahle ke 0733059202 ilawo ma number lawo esiwavumayo ke.
Yes. Yes. So now I'm not asking you in respect of those two numbers that we admitted. I'm asking you in respect of the one that we denied, which is 0788798335. It's appearing clearly on paragraph 24 of Exhibit DD5. You
Man-
see it? Yes.
Manje ke ngikubuza ngayo ilena ke esingayivumi ke ukuthi eyethu ke ewuso 0788798335 ikhona ke ku paragraph 24.
Under the paragraph 24, we denied two numbers, which is 0713029173, and I've indicated that from your examination in chief, you indicated that it was saved under Reggie and it belongs to Reggie, and you cannot deny that. Yes.
Mabili ke ama number lana ke siphikisana nawo ke singawavumi ke ukuthi awethu ke la ku paragraph 24 yoqala ke 0713029173 eka Reggie ke nawe uma ufakaza ke ushilo ukuthi isave we nanjengo Reggie.
And then I was then seeking clarity on the second number, which we denied on the same paragraph 24.
That's correct, my lord.
The 0788798335, because I was reading from your examination in chief to try to get what is it that you were saying, how did you link it with Mr. Nduli? That was my question.
Can I explain again how I linked it, my lord? It's about the Consumer Trace Report, the XCS report. That's not done by the police. Not done. It's done by a private company. As soon as you do apply for credit or close or bank or anything, that number is going on a credit control, the Consumer Trace Report, and that Consumer Trace Report was drawn, and that's the numbers that was found on the Consumer Trace Report. This was not identified by the investigation team or through investigation. This was done by Consumer Trace Report that on 2015 to 29 January 2015, the number 277130299173 was given as a reference, and in 2012 1124 and 2015 0129, the number 27887983335 was given as a reference.
Lana ke manje ke inamba ke sekubuza ngayo ile 0788798335 ukuthi ke nixhumanisa kanjani ke noma nihlanganisa kanjani naye ke uNtuli akusiyona ke into eyenziwa amaphoyisa ke lena uma umuntu eya esitolo eyovula ke account lapha noma ke uthenga lama izitolo lezi ke la uthi abantu bathenga khona impahla kodwa nje account evulwayo yila khona ke udonswa loyo mbiko loyo bese ke kutholakala lama number lana kodwa akusiyona into eyenziwa amaphoyisa noma ithimba eliphenyayo ama data bhaliwe lapha ukuthi nge-29 January 2015 wanikeza ke ngale number 0713029173 bese kuthi ke nge-24 November 2012 onikeza ke inange number 0788798335 atholakala kanjalo lawo manamba.
Thank you, my lord. May I just have a word with my client, madam?
Yeah, fine, but just to add,
Yes,
this evidence, we are traversing it for the second time, because I actually wanted to know on which particular dates did the credit
Consumer
or
record.
consumer bureau
Yes. My lord,
annotate these numbers, and I actually wrote them. That one was on the 24th of November 2012, the other one was on the 21st of January 2015, the other one was on the 29th of January, sorry, on the 15th also of January, and the other one was on the 24th of November 2012, and I also requested, how does the Consumer Council
Yes.
link these numbers? And the answer was that they are all linked to the ID of accused number 5, because it wouldn't make sense if I take credit at OK Bazaars and I don't give them my ID number. How will they know who am I? Because they may have a name and an address. And this is a phenomenon which actually plays itself in South Africa, where you find a guy steals your ID and then goes to Labnas and buys furniture as house. Okay, you've heard me.
Actually, my lord, I was taking up from where we ended yesterday after reading the examination in chief of the witness, wherein he referred to these numbers,
Yes.
especially the first one, that he linked it because it was saved under the name Reggie.
Yeah, fine.
Yes.
But he linked all 5 of them to the Consumer Council.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That's what he says.
What I was putting to the witness is what he said
Okay,
on
fine.
record. That's
Okay.
why I read the evidence on record and the pages.
Okay.
Wherein he said it was saved as Rage.
Okay, fine.
Yes. And the witness said, no, he cannot deny that. Then the third one, I finished with that. I also raised other queries about the last number because it also appeared under his examination in chief, my lord. Those were the 2 reasons that made me
Okay,
to
fine.
go back.
All right.
Can I have a word with my
Yes,
client?
yes.
Thank you.
Just as a matter of interest, Colonel Holmes, it appears that the Consumer Council, in addition, they don't take your fingerprint.
Not on the stage, my lord, not that I know.
Yeah, that's how advanced South Africa is.
I don't know.
Yeah, because one would imagine that, because that's the perfect, safe proof of identity, you know?
Fingerprint.
I can give them Madiba's ID number. And then what happens? They go to Kun.
Your next president, my lord.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Madam. I've got just one question for the
Yes.
witness, Madam. Thank you. Can I still under paragraph 24, under personal detail summary, there is the address there that is reflected. I think it's the one that is on the screen. Is it the same?
That's correct.
Yeah. The Mr. Ntuli denies this address that we have given as his address there, corner of Main and Nugget Room in Benoni.
I can't comment on that, my lord. That's on the, it's not the address I've followed up. It's
Yeah.
on the report of Consumer Goods Council.
Mr. Ntuli-ke uyayiphika-ke yoba wanikeza-ke ngaleliya kheli leyona leliya ebhake laphayana-ke ucorner of Main ne-Nugget room 317 Ndlovu House Benoni. Akukho-ke engakusho mina laphayana akusilona ikheli elatholwa yimina kodwa-ke ikheli elivela kuwona umbiko lo.
Thank you, my lord. I've got no further questions.
Thanks. Mr. You want to say something?
No, my lord.
Oh, okay. Mr. Balui?
As a court case, my lord, the state has already signaled out its intention to request for the reopening of the state case on mainly two reasons, my lord. Firstly, Colonel House has already indicated that during his cross-examination, he was criticized for not showing the communication between the various accused, and he indicated that he then went and compiled Exhibit 5B, which has been traversed in cross-examination by Advocate Numalo for accused number 4, as well as Advocate Mshololo for accused number 5. He also indicated, my lord, that he also received further information, the section 205s, on which he did the analysis. In particular, accused number 3, which he has compiled in the form of an affidavit, Exhibit DD5 in bracket C. This has also been traversed in cross-examination by accused number 4 and 5 counsel. We have this situation now that the court is not yet in possession of these exhibits, which have already been traversed. We submit, my lord, that for the sake of completeness, that the witness be allowed to read the totality of these exhibits in the report, so that there's a complete picture of his evidence.
Yes.
My lord, regarding the reopening of the state case, this issue has been traversed when we're dealing with the AVL. Firstly, there has to be an explanation as to why the evidence was not led. We have just referred to the reasons why it was not led. And the court has got to look at the interest of justice. We are of the view, my lord, that it's in the interest of justice that this evidence be placed before the court. During that argument, we referred to the case of R versus Hepworth, 1928 AD 265 at 277, where the court held that criminal proceedings are not a game in which one side is entitled to claim the benefit of any omission or mistake by the other. The duty of the trial judge is not only to direct and control proceedings, according to the recognized rules of procedure, but more importantly is to see to it that justice was done. And we also refer to the case of State versus Sheikh and others, wherein the court held that the applicant stressed that they place their reliance on the general rule to a fair trial, which, as this court has held, extends beyond those specific rights enumerated in subsection 35(3) A to O of the Constitution. The right to a fair trial requires a substantive rather than a formal or textual approach. It is clear that fairness is not only a one-way street, conferring an unlimited right on an accused to demand the most favorable possible treatment. A fair trial also requires fairness to the public as represented by the state. It has to instill confidence in the criminal justice system with the public, including those close to the accused, as well as those distressed by the audacity of and horror of the crime. We also refer to the case of multi-choice limited and others versus the National Prosecuting Authority, and wherein the court quoted the case of State versus Jukuzi and others, wherein the right to fair trial was defined as a comprehensive right and embraces a concept of substantive fairness, and that at the heart of the right to a fair criminal trial and what it infuses, its purpose, is for justice to be done and also to be seen to be done. And lastly, the case of State versus Dlamini, Dal and others, 1992 to SACR 51CC, wherein the Constitutional Court, Judge Kriegler, as it then was, described the phrase interest of justice as a useful term denoting in broad and evocative language a value judgment of what will be fair and just to all concerned. My Lord, broad reference has been made to the summation to Exhibit DD5B, also Exhibit C, which are not yet before court, the extracts of the Section 205 of different accused, which are not yet before court, as well as the additional Section 205 of accused number 3, on the number ending with 169. We submit, my Lord, that the state be allowed to re-examine this witness on those aspects. And just lastly, during that occasion, when we applied for re-examination of a witness, we referred to Section 166 of the Criminal Procedure Act, which we will not traverse in any greater detail. But what's important is to mention that new matters in re-examination can only be canvassed with the leave of the court, which may allow further cross-examination on the new evidence, hence the state's application.
Yes, Mr. Mgomezulu.
As it pleases the court, my lord. My lord, I stand up not to raise an objection per se, but there is following submission that I want to place it on record.
Yes, fine.
Considering the fact that the accused persons have a right to fair trial, must also be relevant to say that in the circumstances the state is making additional information relating to in the course of the trial, the state must bear in mind that this is the second application they brought, and my lord, the accused persons are also entitled to a speedy trial in terms of the Constitution. Whatever the state brings into the attention of the defense during the course of the trial, if the court has so referred to a particular case that it must exercise its discretion, the court must bear in mind that that right will definitely be violated, the right to speedy trial as encapsulated in the Constitution.
Okay, yes, Mr. Ramsby.
If it may please the court, my lord, from my perspective, on behalf of accused number 2, we do not have any objection. As the court pleases.
Thanks.
As it pleases the court, my lord, I've quickly navigated the reasons for the state's application, and I can find no prejudice, particularly that accused number 3 can suffer as a result of the application by the state if it were to be granted. And probably the court will also refer us, as it has been doing most of the time, to State versus Hepworth. Thank you, my lord.
1927.
Yes, thank you, my lord.
Yes.
My lord, firstly, on this aspect, I think there were heads of arguments that I drafted,
Yes.
of which I'll also stick with those heads of arguments, even though we're dealing with a different
Yes.
aspect. Secondly, I've also traversed correctly, so as it has been said by my colleague for the state, I've also traversed to exhibit DD5 as well as exhibit DD5C.
Okay.
And thirdly, there will be no prejudice if the state reopen its case, because somehow, my lord, the evidence that the state intends to lead in the reopening assists my client to a certain extent. Thank you.
Okay, is that so? All right.
It is so, my lord.
Mr. Chololo?
Thank you, my lord. I have no objection.
Okay. All right. It's just to state the law. The state has applied for the introduction of what Mr. Baloyi refers to as new evidence. I differ with that. It's not new evidence. The evidence which the state wants to lead now was prompted by the cross-examination which was attributable to all the councils. And it appeared that there is a lacuna regarding the section 205 records, which encapsulate the cell numbers of some of the accused. And this was occasioned by the fact that originally when the service provider was approached on affidavit to supply that information, the service provider supplied a disk somewhere before October last year, and also supplied a memory stick. And it transpired that all the councils here stated that they couldn't download the information in that disk because that disk was not compatible with their computers. Consequently, they requested that the state should approach the service provider again to send hard copies of the evidence encapsulated in the disk. That's one of the reasons. The other reasons, as I say, the lacuna in the evidence proffered by Colonel Gous occurred as a result of the cross-examination, where he was criticized that he did not fully refer to some of the numbers. Consequently, an adjournment was ordered by this court because Mr. Mgomezulu said his client's right to a fair trial had been infringed, and the rest of the council said they were ambushed because they were expected to deal with the evidence which was lately provided on hard copies by the service provider. And this court ordered that if they needed 2 weeks or whatever period to traverse that evidence and consult with their clients, the court is amenable to acceding to that request, which I did. So for about 10 days, this court did not sit to enable state the state and even the defense to familiarize themselves with this so-called new evidence. But the law is clear. I quoted all the decisions last time. But the recent one I wish to quote, I've quoted it. It's the one from Traverso, R. and Van Heerden, S versus Van Heesten, 2004-2 SACR 478, where the learned Judge Traverso adds additional reasons why, if it is in the interest of justice, that assertion should not only apply to the state. And in the head note, she opines that section 32A, 3C of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 77 does not require that a formal inquiry be held, nor that a formal finding has to be made. If the presiding officer inquires as to the reasons for the request for a further postponement, like the state did in order to enable the service provider to procure and hand over hard copies to the state, and the state in this case concludes that a further postponement would lead, a refusal of a further postponement would lead to an injustice, that is sufficient for the court to intervene, because section 342A merely provides guidelines for the factors which the court should take into account when deciding whether to refuse a postponement or not. And the learned judges say there is a duty on a prosecutor to ensure that all the relevant information is placed before a presiding officer, and it must not be left to the accused or the defense alone. That duty to ensures that justice is done during court proceedings and rests on all the officers of the court. It is not a duty which is confined to the prosecutor or the state. And if the state does not place all relevant facts before a magistrate or a judge, justice can never be done or seen to be done. The National Prosecuting Authority Act, I think it's section 179, also states that the state, through the prosecutor, is obliged to put all the evidence, all the available relevant evidence before the court. Maybe also we may refer to the case of the Attorney General of the Transvaal versus Key. It's a judgment by Kirchler, I think, 1992 or 1991, where he also finds that in the interest of justice, all the evidence which the state is in possession of must be put before the court. But he even goes further. Kirchler says, even unconstitutionally obtained evidence, the court, if it thinks it's in the interest of justice, must be traversed in the court. Okay? It's not necessary to state the other cases, State versus King, S versus King, where Harams is also of the same view. And I also quoted, if you remember, the case by Sutherland and Opperman regarding the fact that investigations in a trial like this one can inure right up to the fact when the state closes its case. And if you recall, I also referred to a case which was supposed to be heard on appeal in the SCA, and the state at that late juncture made an application for the reopening of its case because the state had come across evidence which in its view could influence the judgment in that case, and the SCA agreed. So consequently, even I am bound by the law in that fashion. So the application is acceded to. Okay, what's your time, Mr.?
It's 11:34.
Okay, 15 minutes. Agenda.
So ni fill in lapho ani D5 ani analysis at DD5 in brackets B goes with the supporting section 205s in respective folders, which we will revert to shortly. These section 205s have been put in folders.
And everybody has all this documentation.
Yes, indeed, my lord. Then there's exhibit DD5 in bracket C. This is the analysis of the section 25 of accused number 3. Then the supporting section 25s will also be handed up in a folder. Then lastly, there's exhibits DD5 in bracket C in brackets 1. This is a short affidavit that we received this morning. It's a correction, my lord, of the number of accused number 3 that appears in exhibit DD5C on page 5.
Okay.
That number is highlighted in purple
Okay.
in exhibit DD5C. Right, then coming to the section 205s themselves, they'll be marked as follows, put in different folders. We'll put them on a USB, as we've already done to my colleagues for court purposes.
Okay.
Accused number 1 has got 2 numbers, and his section 205s are marked as follows. There'll be exhibit DD5 in brackets D. Roman figure 1 will be the section 25 for the number. Zero 79 37 90137. Then for his next number, 060-901-6890. I'm sorry, 060-7746749. For accused number 1, they'll be in the folder exhibit DD5D, Roman figure 2. Then for accused number 2, he also has got 2 numbers. The first section 25 will be exhibit DD5 in brackets E. The first section 25 will be Roman figure 1 for the number 060-901-6890. Then for the second number, 076-264-8460, that will be Roman figure 2. Then accused number 3 also has got 2 numbers. His section 25s will be marked as follows. There'll be exhibit DD5 in brackets F, Roman figure 1 for the first number, which is 072-7668-169, that will be Roman figure 1. Then for the second number of accused number 3, which is 082-956-3220, that will be Roman figure 2. Then for accused number 4, there's only one number, and that will be exhibit DD in brackets, DD5 in brackets G, and that number is 071 395 3801. There are part A and part B for the section 25, but it's just for the same number. Then for accused number 5, there are 7 numbers to be marked as follows. That will be exhibit DD5 in bracket H. Then the first number, Roman figure 1, will be 073 305 9202. This is an MTM number, and the section 25s are not yet attached. They will be attached in due course. And then Roman figure 2 is for the number 07 66 427 007. The section 25s are attached. Then for the third number, which will be Roman figure 3, it's for the number, section 25 for the number 072 399 5787. Then Roman figure 4 for the following number 082 585 9759. Then Roman figure 5, 2 5s for the following number 078 879 8335. Then Roman figure 6 for the number, section 25 for the number 071 302 9173. I just want to mention that the previous number ending with 335 is also an MTN number, and the section 25s will be attached later. Then lastly, Roman figure 7, it's for the number 071 595 1239. As I indicated, my lord, they will put on a memory stick for the for the court. My colleagues have that information already on a memory stick.
Okay.
Now, Lieutenant Colonel House, can we then go to Exhibit DD5 in bracket B?
Yes, my lord.
It's an affidavit consisting of 25 pages, dated 29 April 2024. It's got annexures C1 up to C8. Do you have the affidavit in front of you?
That's correct, my lord.
I don't seem to have it.
It's the one that we've just handed up now, my lord.
You say it's DD?
5 in brackets B.
B.
Yes, B.
Oh, okay, fine. Fine, here.
On page 25 of that exhibit, there's a signature. Whose signature is it?
That's my signature, my lord.
Kule affidavit ebuzwa ngayo ke page 25 wakhona ke
Yes.
ine signature mina ke owasayina lapha.
Colonel Post, to some extent, some of the contents of this exhibit have been already referred to, but for the sake of the record, can you just place everything on record?
Thank you, my lord. Vosluris, Cash 636-10-2014, affidavit in terms of section 2131 and 2A of the Criminal Procedure Act 1977, Act number 51 of 1977. Gideon Gous states under oath in English, I am 044-10904, a Lieutenant Colonel in the South African Police Service and stationed at National Priority Violent Crimes Bureau, 236 Pretoria Street, Pretoria.
Don't read yourself in, Mama. Yes. Paragraph 2.
Thank you. The facts herein contained are to the best of my knowledge and belief true and correct. I am making this statement knowing that if it's tendered in evidence, I'll be liable to prosecution if I willfully stated anything I know to be false or which I do not believe to be true. This is an additional statement to my original statement dated 2024-04-16, Exhibit DD5. During the current court procedures, I was requested to obtain the Section 205 data that were obtained as a result of an application in terms of a Criminal Procedure Act, Act 51 of 1977. I received the required data from the investigation officer, Brigadier Kaninda. Yeah. Paragraph 5, the intention and scope of this analysis and request from the court was to determine the following. If there were any communication between the accused in the matter before this court. The cell phone data were analyzed and export into analyst notebook. I inserted extraction of the data as part of my statement. The original data is available for inspection. I've marked the individuals as follow as per numbers, identifying through investigation.
Lana ke statement lesi sakhe ke uKenneth Host chaza ke ukuthi usenza ngesingisi chaza-ke inamba yakhe yasemaphoyiseni nokuthi usebenza kuphi-ke 236 Pretoria Street khona la ePretoria, nokuthi-ke okubhaliwe-ke lana ngokwazi kwakhe-ke kuyiqiniso. Uyazi-ke noma enza le statement ukuthi-ke uma singadluliselwa inkantolo nanjengobufakazi ukuthi-ke usengashushiswa-ke uma kuwukuthi wenza-ke noma usho into ayaziyo ukuthi akusilona iqiniso. Istatement lesi esengeziwe kwistatement sakhe-ke abese senzile-ke esinedate eyi-16 April 2024 esiwuzibithi DD5. Kuthe-ke kusaqhubeka-ke noma-ke icala leli lisaqhubeka-ke, ngase ngiyacelwa mina-ke ukuthi ngithole-ke ama-section 205 i-data eyatholakala-ke kwisicelo esingaphansi kwakhe-ke u-Act 51 ka-1977. Ngase ngithola-ke leyo mniningwane noma leyo data kuyena-ke umphenyi wecala uBrigadier Gininda. Inhloso-ke yalo cwaningo lolu kanye futhi nesicelo-ke enkantolo kwakuwukuthola ukuthi okulandelayo ukuthi kwakhona yini ukuxhumana okwakukhona phakathi kwabamangalelwa icala leli elingaphambi kwenkantolo, futhi-ke nemininingwane noma-ke idatha leyo-ke uma icwaningwa kanye futhi-ke ucwaningo lwenziwa kokubizwa ngokuthi i-notebook. Ngase ngifaka-ke noma-ke okubizwa ngokuthi-ke noma ngikhipha i-extraction kuyona-ke idatha nanjengengxenye yaso istatement sami. Idatha-ke noma-ke original yayo-ke idatha ikhona uma kuwukuthi-ke kuyafunwa noma kufiswa ukuthi ihlolwe, ngimakile-ke noma ngiphawulile-ke kubantu abahlukahlukene ngokomanamba ngokophenyo.
Paragraph 7. I received the section 205 data for the following numbers. For Musa Wakelela Ntemba Sabia 2793790137. Musa Wakelela Ntemba Sabia 276077746749. Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi 27609016890. Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi 27762648460. Mtombizi Prince Nkube alias Carlos 278295632220. Mtukozi Sipozonke Mapiza 2771395381. Fishikulu Ntuli 277330592202. Fishikulu Ntule 27764 27007. Fishikulu Ntule 27, just want to check quickly here, easy on this one. 2782585979. Fishikulu Ntule 27887983335. Fishikulu Ntule 27713029173. And then Fishikulu Ntule 277159512339. I didn't receive that section 205, it's just the number that's been highlighted.
Lana-ke ngase ngithola-ke ama-205 noma-ke uphenyo-ke elenziwa-ke kulamadatha noma-ke kule mininingwane kulamanamba alandelayo. Wokuqala umuzi kawukhulelwa Sithemba Sibiya onenamba u-27937900137. Umuzi kawukhulelwa Sithemba Sibiya u-27607746749. Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi 27609016890. Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi 27762648460. Umthobisi Prince Ncube noma waziwa elinyeke uCarlos 27829563220. Mthokozisi zipho zonke Maphisa 277139533801 Ufiso Kuhle Ntuli 2773305902 Ufiso Kuhle Ntuli 2776642707 Ufiso Kuhle Ntuli 277239958787 Ufiso Kuhle Ntuli 2782585979 Ufiso Kuhle Ntuli 277887983335 Ufiso Kuhle Ntuli 277130299173 Ufiso Kuhle Ntuli 2771595123 inamba nje ebhaliwe laphayana kodwa yona ke 205 angizange ngiyithole kule eyokugcina.
Lieutenant Colonel, you've already explained this, but can you just explain the prefix 27? What do they represent, those figures?
It's a South African prefix before a cell phone. So the South African dialing code.
Ngathi ke i-code ke yokushaya ke ucingo leyana noma yokudayala ke la 27 ngaphambi kokuthi ke kuqale yona ke inamba yocingo.
Yes, paragraph 7.1.
Paragraph 7.1, extraction of data for 27793790137 for the period 1 June 2018 to 5 April 2021 for Muzawakele Mbisa Sepia accused 1.
Muzika ukhulelwa.
Sorry, my lord.
Yes. And as you go about, Lieutenant Colonel, can I ask you to explain terms such as MTC, MOC, and CF?
My lord must read all the entries.
Yes, but before they just explain those terms.
Terms, I've explained that later. I've explained. Let me just get to it quickly. So, explanation of data, call data, start date will be the date and time calls, SMSs were received or made. The cell phone was not, CF means that the cell phone was not answered and the call went through to voicemail, or the phone was switched off and the call went directly to voicemail, or the phone was diverted. Duration, call duration, duration in seconds of received calls, received or made calls. MOC, mobile originating call, in other words, outgoing call made. MOSMS, short message service originating, outgoing SMS. MTC, mobile terminated call, in other words, incoming call received. MTSMS, short message service terminating, incoming message. Other party, number of other party when making or receiving calls. And in third party, that will be a voicemail number, the cell phone number was not answered, the phone was switched off and the phone was diverted.
Lana ke uchaza la boma MTC babhaliwe khona laphana boma OCF kubhalwe lana start date, i-date ke leyo kanye nesikhathi ke salo ucingo noma i-call leyo noma i-SMS eyatholakala ngayo okanye eyenziwa ngaso. U-CF ukuthi ke i-phone leyo ke ayiphendulwanga ngathi ke i-call ingena yase iya kwi-voicemail noma ke ucingo lolo ke lwalo valiwe kanye futhi ke yase iya ke kwi-voicemail. I-duration usho ke isikhathi ngama-seconds ama-calls enziwe noma ama-calls atholiwe noma enziwe. U-MOS kusho ke i-call ephumayo bese kuthi MOSMS i-message ke ephumayo noma gama wena ke uwenza i-message uyenzela omunye. MTC i-call oyitholayo ke wena cingo ngena kuwena. MTSMS i-message oyitholayo othi umlayezo uthunyelwa kuwena u-other party usho-ke inamba-ke yalo omunye owenzelwa uma ngabe kuwukuthi-ke wenza i-call bese kuthi u-third party i-voicemail number ukusho ukuthi-ke ucingo lolo aluphendulwanga noma-ke ifone leyo-ke ucingo lolo luvaliwe noma-ke ifone iyadivertwa.
Right, and just explain the color coding that you used.
The color coding is just like on the beginning. The color coding is just to identify the different accused, so it's easier to see which one to identify the accused on the section 205 and also on the analyst notebook.
Lana-ke imibala lena-ke ukwahlukanisa-ke nje phakathi kubamangalelwa lana kuma-205 kanye futhi-ke nayo i-notebook.
Just put it on record the different color coding that you used.
Okay, so let me just go quickly there. So for the number 2779379013013, 013, I've put red for accused 1, Sabia. Then another number for accused 1, Sabia 27607746749. It's a grayish color. Then for accused 2, Ntanzi 27609016890, light blue. Another number for Ntanzi, accused 2, 2776264840, pinkish aqua. Then for accused 3, Nkube, there's 278295632220, brown. For accused 4, Mapiza 27713953801, green. Then for one of the numbers of accused 5, Ntule 27723955787, dark grey. Another number for Ntule, accused 5, 27825859759, purple. And the other number for accused 5, 27715951239, yellow.
Le mibala-ke ihlukahlukene njengoba sibona-ke lapha iveziwe-ke ukuthi iyona-ke le usechaza ukuthi imibala enjani le athi-ke iyona ahlukanise ngayo-ke abamangalelwa-ke ukuze kubonakale ukuthi ukhuluma ngamuphi nanjengoba sibona-ke ukuthi le number i-079 igcina ngo-137 obomvu. Inamba yakhe yesibili-ke usibiya bese uba grey bese kuthi usonganisanda isontanzi siyabona u-890 umbala o-blue noma uthi-ke u-light blue kanye futhi nale elandelayo-ke ngathi ingaba ku-pink. Umthobisi Prince Mncube inamba igcina ngo-3220 u-brown bese kuthi u-3801 wakhe uMapisa umbala o-green. Kanye futhi-ke neminye imibala-ke ehlukile-ke kuye ngaphansi kwakhe-ke ufiso buhlentuli ukhona o-purple ukhona o-yellow kanye futhi-ke no-grey u-787.
Sorry my lord, I just want to put the power in before it goes off. That's it.
Sorry, how do you propose to lead this?
Yes, indeed, that's the next point I get to.
Yeah.
It's going to be very tedious if the witness has
Yeah.
got to read everything in the record. We just want to approach my learned friend,
Yeah.
as with the bank records, just to
Yeah,
find
we
out
have to.
if they're not prepared to admit the contents, so that the witness can just simply read the summary that appears on page 24 without going into details of every call type, the start date, the call duration, and the other party.
Because, sorry, as I understand the chart, the 205 record traverses everything there.
Yes.
But actually, it doesn't follow that every number there is relevant to this case.
Well, yes, but it shows the contact between...
Yes, yeah, no, I understand.
Yes.
Look, let's debate this, because if this thing has got to go to the Supreme Court of Appeals or the SCA or the Constitutional Court, I mean, it's tedious.
Yes.
They will ask why we, who are busy with this case, can't conceptualize a method to extract evidence which is relevant to this case. Because, for instance, if you look at the first page, that is page 7.1, I mean, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then obviously, this one is double.
Yes.
19. This one must be about 45 or whatever.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
Another 45.
Yes. Maybe if we adjourn just for 5 minutes, let me talk to my colleagues. Let's see if it's necessary to traverse everything.
Yeah, you only traverse what is relevant and is going to be used. Okay, you can make an agreement about it. But you can't expect a witness to recite 1 million telephone numbers and only 6 are going to be relevant. Let's hear Mr. Mgomezulu first. What do you say, sir?
My Lord, I also suggest that we should adjourn to have a discussion with Mr.
Okay. Mr. Rapid.
As the court pleases, my Lord, I'm of the same sentiment.
Of the same
sentiment.
So of the same view, thank you.
No problem, my Lord, if the state has realized that they needed to approach us.
It's what? Well, I'm approaching you because... Are you available next week, Mr. Kanafo? Can you give us a suggestion?
My Lord, so
how do you normally do it in other courts? You read everything.
This is just an extraction from the original Section 205.
Right.
So the original Section 205 is in possession of the so it's just to show of the council. So then I just made a little picture so it's easier to read, and I explain the picture. I can the annexures. If I may, if you then all this data for, let's say for this 7, this is four pages.
Yeah.
We just go down to the last one. So all this data I've just
extracted from
extracted, and I've made a picture like this so it's easier to, then I can explain all that in a picture form to say how was the communication in and out, how many was made, how many was received. So this is the annexes that was also provided to the council. And then my last one is all this annexes combined.
So you want to explain, according to you, you explain what is relevant according to your analysis.
This is just a communication between the...
Yeah, I can see it. But look, why should you recite all these numbers? All of them.
Yeah.
When you come to the end, you say, you see, on page 7.1, actually, accused number 1 was contacted by accused number 2, and number 2 is shown in green, something like that. Are you with me?
That's correct. So that's why I can explain that whole extraction that is in possession of the council. I can do it like this. So it's exactly the same numbers, and then I can just take all
Extrapolate.
all the yellow ones, I can say it was 44, well, it was so many calls, so many missed calls, so many call forwards, and this is the colors exactly that's on the extraction of the section 205.
You don't want to interface with, like we did with Dupree. You don't want to interface with, otherwise he must read everything.
Yes.
So, okay, on the 10th of June, 2018, that is the first call. The duration was from 9 o'clock, 3 minutes, 13 seconds. The duration was 115. And the other party was communicating with was 2777. I mean, really.
Yes, can I make a proposal? Maybe we continue from page 23. You just give a summary.
No. You go to meet with the defense, and you must work out a modus operandi how to curtail this evidence.
Yeah,
If the defense wants to meet with Colonel House, fine, but you must, all of you, you must try and structure a model which will only make us concentrate on what the evidence, according to your case, is against number 1 or number 2 or number 3.
Yes.
And then they must be aware of that modus operandi and they must agree to it. If they don't agree to it, fine. Then we can spend the whole of next year reciting these numbers.
Can you just maybe adjourn for about 10 minutes then?
What do you suggest, Mr. Radmusipida? You know something about computers.
My Lord, I would suggest that we adjourn, as the court suggests, we confer with the state and the expert, then we'll resume on Monday. That's my suggestion.
Because we can't embellish this, Mr. Lieutenant Colonel. You can't embellish this because you all have the same document. So you can't cook it, as Mr. Ngomezo likes to say. Because the evidence is already cooked. So you will agree how to package it. In Latin they say, what is it? Modus vivendi.
Yes.
Okay. Right, let's adjourn and find a way. And then we meet on Monday because you must agree and disagree. I will follow along with whatever you think you suggest.
Thank you, my lord.
Okay.
Konsona ke la ukuthi manje ke nanje ukuthi kugwenywa ukuthi ke uKenneth angase efunda konke lokhu ngoba ke uzothola ukuthi ke uma ubheka nje kulena ipage maningi ke lamanamba ukuthi angaphinda phindi nje into eyodwa fake akabheke nje noma agxileke kuloko okwaziwayo ukuthi ke yikona ke okuyingxenye yobufakazi kulecala leli umshushisi nabameli bazohlanganisa amakhanda base bevumelana ngaloko abavumelana ngakho ukuthi ke uzokwenziwa kanjani ukuthi aqhubekeke nokufunda lobufakazi lobu.
Okay.
Can we just maybe briefly see the court in the corridor regarding a request from the media?
Oh, I see. What do they want?
For the proceedings of next week, commencing from Wednesday.
They want to do what?
Well, I've already discussed this with my learned friend in light of the looming, very important elections. They are not able to be here from Wednesday.
I see.
And they are requesting that maybe we should perhaps not sit on those days from Wednesday until the date of the election and then continue thereafter.
Until Msholozi gets his 2/3 majority.
As they'll be deploying the resources, my lord, out today in the field.
What's your suggestion? To accommodate?
We're objecting, my lord. We're objecting to that application.
Yeah, we don't want it. Mr. Ngomalo, Mr. Munisi?
We just need to proceed.
Okay, Ngomalo?
For a very long time.
We just need to proceed. We've been sitting here since July last.
Okay.
We have to find another.
We are also going to object. They are going to end once we will be twiddling our fingers.
Okay, Mr. Ngomezulu, you also object?
That's correct, ma'am.
Okay, so the media is here. Have they heard it?
Well, there are, it's for them then to bring a formal application, my lord, to that effect.
So they want to do other work and we must sit tight. And then we come back after they've done whatever they want to do. Is that what they want?
Well, my lord, I think in the nature of the what interest that the case is receiving, that request was made against that background.
Okay, so when are these guys? The media guys, are they here?
I'm sure they're seated outside.
They must be outside as they're trying to...
How long are these elections going to take place?
Well, from Wednesday, they must be out there in the field, covering those remote areas, my lord.
Are we going to vote here? No, I'm just asking, just for my interest. Are we going to vote, some of us here?
No, maybe. I think the state is a litigate in this matter.
Yeah, fine.
Representing the state.
Yeah, that's it, I
The
did.
media. The media want to bring an application, they must do so substantively.
Okay, fine. That's why I say, where is the media?
And they cannot bring their message via the
But,
state.
yeah, no, you're right, you're right. Where's the pers or what is the media? No, let them come and make an
We'll tell them to
application.
bring a formal
If we reject it, we reject it. That's it.
Yes.
Has it ever happened?
We'll convey to the media to bring that application.
Yeah. Tell them we are opposed to that.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Do you have time to discuss with the defense if they want to engage you, or you don't want to engage him?
We will engage him now.
Do you want to engage him? Otherwise, he must go.
No, I want to talk to him.
Are you okay with that?
No problem, my lord.
Okay. We shall adjourn for that exercise, and then we meet on Monday. Then.
Something does
Number one.